Hey folks, Kilt-Man here. Kilt-Man, yes. Champion of Middle Earth. Come on. Now, certain people, Tom, have been waiting for this video. But you know what I'm like, And of course, it's Mother's Day. Any of you who saw my last video will know how I feel about Mother's Day. So, everything seems to get in the way of this video. But I'm here, and I'm doing it now. Now, what this is, you've seen me unboxing masks, new masks. This ain't a new mask. I've had this mask since about 2001, I'd say. And I just stumbled across it literally the other day, just up in the attic, and I've got, this house is a fucking museum. I've got artifacts, weapons, props, merch, you name it, I've got it. And I stumbled across this mask and I thought, that's a really good mask. I'm surprised at how good it is. And without further ado, I'm going to tell you what it is. And it is from Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. And it is the Moria Orc. You all remember the scene. Of course you do. The Fellowship have gone into the mines of Moria, much against Gandalf's sage words. But Gimli, the dwarf, says, no, the dwarves have Druidin, or whatever the hell it is, we can get mead, roast beef off the bone. And of course, once they get in there, it's a massacre, because all the dwarves have been killed, and by the orcs who live down below. And they find the journal of the dwarf leader, whose name I have forgotten. And it says the great lines like, drums in the deep, drums in the deep. We cannot get out, we are trapped, we cannot get out. And their bodies are all there, the orcs have done their, Moria orcs are a different breed from the usual orcs, and more like goblins, and bloody frightening looking creatures. And the great sequence where because what's his name? One of the curly-headed little hobbit people, Pippin, drops a bucket down a well, and it clatters down into the deep dark. And of course, it wakes up all the Moria orcs who know, there's fresh meat upstairs. Come on, lads. So they come charging up and Boromir opens the door. The great Boromir, Sean Bean as Boromir, in yet another role where he dies. Can Sean Bean ever survive anything? Seemingly not. And he opens the door and he goes, they see all the orcs coming up and he goes, they have a cave troll. Speaking of which, here is said cave troll. Now, eagle-eyed fans amongst you will notice that his bloody face has come off. My previous dog tore the face off him. Yeah, but it still works. Charming. Yeah, and someone in my family has seen fit to put a little love heart on his belly. You see what I have to deal with here. Anyway, when the film came out, Rubies, who are one of the most famous mass-produced mask manufacturers. You try saying that, mass-produced mask manufacturers. Oh, God. And look, I've not been drinking yet. And he put a lot of detail into it. I mean, I think they did a lot of Star Wars masks as well. I think they did. I know Don Post started off with all the Star Wars stuff. And Anyway, what am I talking about? You want to see the fucking mask, don't you? Look at this baby. It's a big mask. It's a big mask. Ruby's mask. Excuse me. Now look at this. Look at the bloody hair on it. Look at the hair on it. Now, there's all bits of flotsam and jetsam in his hair. I'm sorry about that. But that, by the way, is Howard Shore's epic score for Fellowship of the Ring. Directed, of course, by Peter Jackson. And a marvellous bit of world invention. A brilliant adaptation of Tolkien's masterpiece. It's flawed, but the plot is flawed because, I think some of you know what I'm going to say next. If those bloody eagles can fly anywhere and do anything, Why not give the bloody ring to the eagles? Gwahir, or what it's called. Gwahir, take this little trinket, fly to Mount Doom and drop it down the top into big fire. Go on, away with you. A lot of death and carnage would be avoided. Gandalf, you missed the trick there, didn't you? And they fuck up in there, the Hobbit as well, because the eagles carry... Sorry, the hair, I'm getting dust off this hair. The eagles carry, you know, the dwarfs, you know, from... They're fighting the White Orc or whatever it is, like, one of Peter Jackson's additions to the very flimsy tale that is the Hobbit. And they rescue them, and they hang off the edge of a cliff, and then drop them on another cliff. But they can see where they need to go. Why don't they fucking just... And it's miles and miles away. Why don't they just fly them out there? These eagles, they're good, but they ain't that good, are they? I think I'm cursed with this mask. Anyway, look at this. Look at the beauty of this. Now, the weathering, the texture is absolutely fabulous on it. The hair is actually really good as well. It doesn't, as you can see there, it doesn't cover the head, but it's nicely glued on and hangs down. I guess it's picked up loads of crap. But then again, these guys live underground. They're not going to come out looking pristine like they just stepped out of a salon, are they? Seems to have a bit of a problem with this ear. Now, if you look at it, it's more like it's Yoda on steroids. Yoda fed on rage, you know, because it's just, look at it, he is grim. Now, if you look here, you can see these little sort of puckered up bits of flesh on both sides of the chin, both sides of the jaw. In a later version of this mask, there are rings through those. Not the One Ring, you know, the One Ring to rule them all. But it looks quite good. It gives it a proper, like, sort of gypsy, tribal, you know, quality, which they had, because they wear pierced and all sorts, like. But this was the first run of masks, and they did not have it. But as you can see, those little prominences are there. So if you had this mask, you could still put the rings in there yourself, you know, if you wanted to. Because the rest of the mask, from what I can see, is identical. Maybe slightly different around the eyes, but this kind of reminds me a little bit of the bat creature from Bram Stoker's Dracula, which is a fabulous mask. Tom, I do believe you have that mask. Yes, I still haven't got it myself, but you know I will do. Yeah, of course they had a problem with this ear. I've not stove that in. But then again, that's the price you pay for having big sticky out ears, isn't it? You know, they're going to get in the way, they're going to get caught on something. But look, it's a wonderful mask. I also have the mask of Lert. Do you remember Lert? He was the Uruk-hai that Saruman the White, creates. They're a sort of bastard hybrid of, you know, they're tortured elves, but becoming this master race of bestial, you know, huge, hulking, brutish orcs. They're fighting Uruk-hai. And Lert, in addition to Tolkien's story that Peter Jackson put in there, is their leader. And he ends up fighting, you know, pretty much everybody at the end of the Fellowship of the Ring. And Aragorn, of course, Aragorn saves the day. But Lert is a great mask. I'll show you that at some point, because when I found this, I found him as well. I forgot I can have these things. I'm going to turn it down again. See, the thing about Lord of the Rings and this epic movie saga, my son, Luke, who's now, you know, just turned 18, he was only a kid then, because this was like 2000, 2001, 2, 3, when the films first came out. And it took over my life. You know, if you're a massive film buff, you will understand what I mean by that. You know, it just consumed me. I bought all the art of books, I bought the soundtracks, the extended soundtracks, the complete soundtracks. I bought every book and bit of merchandise I could get my hands on. Several versions of the One Ring I got, but I got all the figures, like him. Hundreds, I mean hundreds of figures, and they're really good figures. I might dig a few out and show you them, because I know where they are. I'll show you a few of those at some point, and they are majestic. I've kept a load of big presentation packs where you've got a whole number of figures in there from various key moments in the trilogy, and I've kept them preserved, and they're great. They're great. Turn it down a bit more. But yeah, Rubies did a bang up job on these. You know, a lot of Rubies masks I'm not fussed on. think I've got a Darth Maul one somewhere as well, but it's just, it looks dorky. Darth Dork, it looks like. Just looks like he's sunburned and got a couple of twiglets, glued to his head. But this is absolutely tremendous. Look at it, the way the nose, comes in, the detail on his fod, all these wrinkles, and the paintwork on it, it's brilliant. The paint job is amazing. The mouth, very good, very good. I could do with a little, maybe a hole in there, perhaps. You get picky, don't you, with these things? But bloody hair, mate. But then again, they have the hair like this. I've got the figures of these guys, and it would have been nice if I sort of brought them down. I always think of it after the event, don't I? But anyway, you get the gist. Here's the man himself. Drums in the deep. We are trapped. We cannot get out. We are trapped. I'm gonna put it on. Oh God! Bloody hair! Okay, that was a mistake, wasn't it? This is a gargantuan mask. It is absolutely huge. Can you hear me okay? This is one big ass motherfucking mask. You could get about 3 or 4 of my heads inside here. Ooh, yeah. On a little side note, you ever noticed there the actor Willem Dafoe, who played the Green Goblin? He actually looks like a goblin in real life. I mean, he's a great actor, and I love him. I think he's fantastic. But he's like some kind of half breed, like the missing link between man and orc and goblin. No offense, Willem. No offense. I think you're great. But yeah, a rather wonderful sculpt. As I say, you can get these now, and they have the rings inside here. These little fleshy mountains here, and it adds a great effect to it. But as I say, if you've got this mask, you can put the rings in yourself. You can do it yourself. I mean, that's the beauty of having these masks. You can modify them. You can change the paintwork on it. You can do whatever you want, if you're that way inclined. Just thought. Oh. Another mask here. We have the 2018 Halloween Michael Myers. For a second there, I thought the paintwork was similar. It's not. I'm wrong. Face off. I mean, neither of them speak, so it'd be very quiet face off. He might hiss a bit, like. Anyway, I've got something else to show you as well. While I think on. Have a little look at this. This is the officially licensed broken sword. The sword that cut the ring from Sauron's finger. And Boromir's goes like just a broken heirloom, and it falls off the marble plinth that it's on, and Aragorn very reverently picks it up like that, puts it back on. Look at it. This is the officially licensed replica. Absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous bit of kit. Look at that. We have Elvish Elvish runes around inside the pommel here on both sides. It's antiqued. It is stamped. I mean, the official ones always are going to be. And what happens with this, it comes with a lovely sort of wall plaque which has all the shards of the sword stuck on it. In fact, I may have that here as well. I do. Look at this. So obviously, you fit your sword up here, your hilt, and all the shards of the broken sword. There was a little emblem there, which I don't know where that's gone, but clumsy cack-handed Kilt-Man, But what I was saying before about, becoming consumed by these things, I spent, it's an unearthly amount of money getting everything I could get for The Lord of the Rings, to the point where I once the trilogy was over, Return of the King had come out, and we got the extended cuts. Saturation points had been reached. I was satisfied, I was done with it, and I vowed, weirdly, that I'd never watch it again. Now, the reason for that is because I knew that if I did start watching it again, it would open up that doorway again for me to hail myself into Middle Earth and just buy more stuff. Oh god, because I've got statues. Oh yeah, I've got statues. Forget about this. There's the Moria Orc himself in a lovely little statue. Very nice, very nice. And his ears are a bit more tame than the mask itself. But you know, you get the gist. Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, it's the bloody hair. You know what? This is a great mask, and the hair is accurate, but fucking hell, it's doing my head in. So let's compare the two. Oh, as you can see, look at it. Look at the colour and the texture. Obviously, you know, this is a different material, so the colour is not going to be quite the same. But they've captured it. How have they not captured it? Very accurate. Very accurate. You know, Lord of the Rings, the quality filmmaking and quality merchandise, without a doubt. I wasn't a massive fan of the Hobbit movies. In fact, to be honest with you, I've only seen the first two. I just didn't really. The Hobbit is a kid's story, and okay, the films are toned down a little bit, but they've still got a darker edge than, you know, people may have anticipated. But to make 3 movies out of that, oh come on, you know, just that's overkill. Peter Jackson is the king of cinematic self-indulgence. I love King Kong, the original King Kong, 1931. It's an absolute classic. 1933. I think it was 33, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. The effects are still wonderful even today. It's powerful, it's exciting, it's tragic, it's terrifying. And Peter Jackson, when he did his 2005 adaptation of it, his remake, he went to town and created a huge 3.5-hour bloody sprawling epic. Every single scene, typical of him, every single scene that's in the original film was enlarged, expanded upon, and he really went perhaps too far with it. I loved it at the time, but I find it hard to go back to it now. And I'm finding that a lot with Peter Jackson movies. It's a great, ambitious, inventive, creative tour de force, but he needs to rein it back in. Any of you watched his early splatter movies? Bad Taste, Brain Dead, or Dead Alive, I think it's called in America, and Meet the Feebles, which is the hardcore. My nipples poked out. The hardcore, like, sort of adult Muppets. But he was a brilliant director, and with a tight budget, you know, he could tell a great lean, mean story. The effects were always good. The comedy was brilliant. You give him money, you give him a great big budget and a huge amount of actors. Well, I'm afraid he will go overboard with it. He will outrun, you know, the distance. He will go further than you need to go. But hey, you know, it is what it is, and I still enjoy his stuff. It's just I watch him and then I can't go any further with them, you know. And I did put this, you know, Lord of the Rings right on the back burner. I haven't seen these films for, oh God, a long time. A very long time. Not since they first came out on the extended versions came out on that fabulous Blu-ray box set, which I reviewed for AV Forums, I do believe. Yes, I think I did. And you know, I watched them then, and then that was it. I just spent a fortune on that box set, put them all back in the box, and that's it. put them away, like the Ring. Keep it secret, keep it safe. You know? But yeah, look at this. Look at this. It is a great mask, isn't it? And it is very similar to the Bat monster from Bram Stoker's Dracula. Very similar in effect. Oh, he loves it, oh, he does. Anyway, I think that'll do for now. You've seen that. Oh, hang on. Let's just give you another look at the sword, because the sword is beautiful. And of course, Boromir cut his finger. He goes, still sharp. A little bit of blood, a little bubble of blood on his fingertip. Wonderful. That is fantastic. You can get the full sword. Is it Anduril? When they reforge the sword, is it Anduril? It's called. You know, my memory's playing up. There's so many names and bloody things in Lord of the Rings. You know, you've got to be Tolkien to remember it all. But that sort of leather hilt, oh, it's gorgeous. It really is gorgeous. So the full sword would be an absolute, you know, monster of a sword. I've got several other swords from Lord of the Rings. I've got Strider's sword from where he's a ranger in this movie, Fellowship of the Ring, and that's a great bit of kit. That's a very long sword again. Proper two-handed sword, bastard sword. But that's lovely. It's absolutely lovely. So you can imagine the full thing is going to be, because that's heavy as it is, that is actually quite heavy. You know, and if you've seen the other videos, you know I've got the MacLeod and I've got the Kurgan blade and I've got Conan's Atlantean sword, which are heavy. But the full one of this would be in a different league. So, you know, that's quite a bit of kit that they came up with there. Yeah, let's play a bit of the music from this sequence. To the bridge of Khazad-dum. You know, they've just took out the cave troll and they're legging it through the vast halls of Moria. Millions of these bloody orcs and goblins are swarming down the walls and surrounding them. But the Balrog is coming up and all these guys are like, they cheer up, they go and then they all scatter. So, because they know they can't compete with the Balrog. And our boys, our gang, our fellowship, leg it to the bridge of Khazad-dum. And it is one of the greatest, you know, fantasy action sequences. Going, so exciting. You shall not pass, says Gandalf. And the big flaming foot goes poof. And of course the whole fucking thing crumbles. Gandalf's there, hanging on. Gandalf, says Mr. Frodo, sir. Gandalf's hanging on. Fly, you fools. Ooh, he sails down into the abyss. But he's going to come back again. From Gandalf the Grey to Gandalf the White. A wizard should know better. Oh no, I'm getting back into it now. Oh God, no. Please, I can't afford anything else. No, don't make me do it. But Howard Shore's music is absolutely, totally world class. Previously, Howard Shore had done all the David Cronenberg films, Videodrome, The Fly, Scanners, and they were very bleak, sort of atonal soundtrack. I love them, but this was the first time he had a full, rich and massive symphonic orchestra to work with, and the score he wrote is just all the different themes. Ah, it's just majestic stuff. I was going to put the ring on, but I couldn't find it. I'll put it. It's definitely too secret and too safe for me to find. Gollum. It's got my precious. We want it, he does. I gave him a West Country accent, man. We likes it, he does. Brilliant, isn't it? Brilliant. And the Balrog is a great creation as well. He's fire and rage, muscle and fire, stone. Great choir coming in. So this has been a bit of a wide-ranging sort of video. You've had the mask, you've had the sword, you've had figures, you've had music. Hey, you know, Kilt-Man, value for money. Wish I made some money out of this. That theme. there, can you see? Bit of a shame that could be coloured in though. You could just get a bit of black paint and spray it on. Because it's been buried, this. In a big box full of other weirdness. Fly, you fools. Now, the sequence where the Fellowship, right after losing Gandalf, they tumble out onto the rocky sort of promontory outside, these big slabs of like granite, and all you hear is Howard Shore's haunting music, which is coming up now. That was my daughter. And they're all lying there because they're in shock, they've lost Gandalf. I'll be honest, I remember watching the film at the cinema for the first time, day one. Everyone around me was crying, everyone. You know, there were people who looked like fucking laths, really big muscle bound fucking dudes. Gandalf! Tears rolling down their face. Powerful moment. Beautiful as well. Mr. Frodo, sir, Mr. Frodo. Oh, Sam. Oh, Frodo! Oh, Sam. Oh, listen, guys, get a room! Mr. Frodo, sir! Oh, but then again, you know, I may not be able to carry the ring, but I can still carry you. Oh, God. Emotion runs high. Folks, that's it. That's it for now. More to come. Anyway. This was the video I've been trying to get done for about a week now. You know what I'm like though, you know what I'm like. So, folks, in the meantime, steer clear of orcs. Make sure you've got a sword that glows blue when orcs are near. Hang on, I've got that as well. Just wait 1 second. Oh, come on now, where is it, where is it? Shit. I can't find it. I thought it was down here. And it's good as well because, you know, it's like one of them master replicas things. So it makes all, like the lightsabers, I've got a couple of those as well. So it makes all the sound effects, but it glows blue as well. It's beautiful, beautiful. So, anyway, folks, as always, it's been a blast, been a pleasure and an honour to share your company. Your fellowship. Fellowship of the Kilt. One kilt to rule them all. Oh. And this is the MacDonald. It's the standard, traditional MacDonald. And it is a delight. Delight. Another handmade one. Well, they're all handmade, but some they take more expertise and a bit more time to make them for you. And this one was made, especially made for me. So, anyway, I'm going to see you all later. Nobody tosses a dwarf.